At this Kariobangi South Waste Sorting Center, it is a beehive of activity. Waste from different parts of the city is brought here for sorting before it is either taken to recycling or composting. Due to a mixture of all manner of waste, sorting is not an easy job for these men and women, but the work has to be done. These black waste bags are said to be phased out after the 90-day notice by the National Environment Management Authority, NEMA, expires in 2 days' time. Susan Letuya, a garbage collector, says the move by NEMA to replace these waste bags with biodegradable ones is a welcome idea, but it is not yet time to implement it.
Issue with the biodegradable bags, as we have done a lot of research trying to get to the bottom of this, most of the current suppliers who have been giving us the normal bags are saying even if they brought the raw material, they are required to do a sample. And that sample, it must be tested whether it is biodegradable and compostable. Where is the lab to do the testing? Well, the standards might not be there and they might use the ISO, the international standards, but again, the lab for testing may be in South Africa, or that's the closest I think they have a lab for testing this biodegradable bag. So my question is, why the haste? Why the hurry? Why are we in a rush to implement this thing? We should get it right so that it's a long-term achievement, not just something rushed and then it fails.
These waste bags, once emptied of all the garbage, they are washed and later taken back to the factory for recycling, hence making it difficult to find them dumped in the environment.
We were given the last stakeholders meeting we had as private service providers, providing the service of waste management in Nairobi with National Environment Management Association of Kenya, that is NEMA officials. We were discussing on the color codes. Which color will go for organic waste, which color will go for the dry waste. Actually, we were told they are going to have them in 2 streams, dry and wet, which now wet represents the organic waste. All of a sudden, I think there was a memo or a notice that came up in less than 2 months after our stakeholders meeting. And we were told we have to, the notice was there, it was elapsing in 3 months' time. It was a 90-day notice.
Letuya says NEMA has not considered having the biodegradable bags manufactured locally to cushion the consumers, as they will be imported into the country by one supplier.
These bags are not made locally, so they are being imported. Currently, we only know of one importer who is doing that work, and he's the one with every stock. So that seems like a monopoly, and you cannot be guaranteed of the best prices because there's no competition. I would say NEMA would have done this in a better way by first establishing the manufacturing component locally, so that they only bring raw materials, and even farmers, because the bags are made of cassavas, they could have recruited farmers to start farming cassava in big volumes, because that is the main component. By now, I should be seeing a lot of public awareness in our TV stations, in the social media, everywhere, like everybody should be talking about it, which is not happening. Now we've been given a very daunting task, going back to our clients and training them again on the basics of segregation. But the big hindrance is now the price of this biodegradable bag.
According to the garbage collectors, the move by NEMA to issue a notice without proper planning on the transition could end up failing, leading to the more litter finding its way into the environment.
When you go to NEMA, NEMA tells you it's KEBS. You go to KEBS, KEBS tells you it's NEMA. So in this case, even with them, they're also in a confusional mood. They even don't understand what they're supposed to deliver to us as the main direct agent to the customers.
After having done some groundwork, the bag is taking 6 months to biodegrade. So definitely we are going back to the landfill which means if these members alone take their waste for today, and each truck has maybe like 10,000 bags, so by the time today's waste is degrades, I mean the bags degrade, it will be in December. And we are taking bags every single day, and we have 100 companies. Each truck is full per day. So those are the things that we want NEMA to first of all understand, and then when it makes sense to them, I believe it will make sense to us.
Looking at this waste segregation site, there's a big challenge of foil paper, which together with other forms of waste that is not recyclable should be given a priority by NEMA.
There are so many products, and these manufacturers have subscribed to the PROs, but we are not seeing the effect. Today, if you go to the Nairobi River, to Ngong River, you'll see all those waste from factories being dumped there. And the take-back mechanism is very slow. I would say for NEMA, in the case of biodegradable bags, it's a very good idea. We support it 100%, but the way it's being rolled out is the problem. We feel that this is not an emergency. It doesn't need to be rushed, because the flat bags that we are using, we already have a take-back mechanism that our pickers and segregators at the dump site empty them and wash them, and they go back to recycling.
The solution, what we will suggest is KEBS needs to come up with standards. NEMA needs to slow down on this implementation so that proper structures are put in place. Standards for getting the right material for the biodegradable bag, and again giving us some time, giving the country time to establish MRFs. You can imagine you have 47 counties in Kenya. We need 47 MRFs at least, so that at least all this garbage taken to the MRF after sorting. So no truck should lead straight to the dump site.
Our efforts to speak to NEMA up to time of going on air to respond to the notice and issues raised by waste pickers were unsuccessful. For now, it is a matter of wait and see what happens from Monday 8th July 2024 when the notice expires. Dan Kaburu, K24, Nairobi.